But in the NBI, we've had several credit card apprehensions.
Credit card apprehensions on the for internet usage, or just credit card fraud?
I don't know the basics of the cases,
Okay.
but
there have been a number of them.
A number of them.
Okay. Let's try to help the viewer understand as well.
Okay.
What should they do if this happens to them? Let's say, for example, I gave you an example earlier. If you've made a purchase over the internet using your credit card, and you continue to get billed month after month.
Okay. You should read the terms and conditions whenever you sign up for a site. But basically, the Visa rules and the MasterCard rules are such that the cardholder is very well protected. If that site has fooled you, conned you in any way, you've got a right to claim your money back with what they call a chargeback.
Okay.
You will always get that back. You sign an affidavit to the bank saying, I didn't order this, I don't deserve to be charged for it. It's then up to the site owner to prove beyond doubt that you signed documents, that you did everything to purchase those goods. Otherwise, you're very protected, and it's called a chargeback. But if the site is well run, you should always go to the site first and say to the site, I don't want to pay for that, you shouldn't have done that. And if they're a good site, they'll say, sorry, here's a refund. And they can actually change that, they can refund it back to your card.
So the loss is still very protective of the consumer in that sense?
Very protected, yeah. Okay. Especially with internet transactions.
With internet transactions. If there are, who does someone who's been a victim of this, where do they complain to? Do they complain to the NBI?
Sure.
You can complain directly. Is there a specific department that they should go to?
Actually, we have a department for that, the Anti-Fraud and Computer Crimes Division, the AFAD.
Okay.
But then again, every division in the NBI can handle such case.
Okay. But in other countries, would you say the problem is bigger than it is here?
No, I think it's pretty standard. There are some very famous countries where some acquiring banks will not touch cards issued from certain Eastern European countries because there's been so many frauds and so much of this going on, and it's obviously syndicates working together. But generally, it's pretty even over the world. And actually, online internet transactions are only running at about 1.5% chargeback rate. So it's not... And chargeback also includes people with just total dissatisfaction about the products they bought. So the fraud is probably quite a lot less than that.
But would you consider it one of the more preferred ways of purchasing goods among people nowadays?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think in the last 4 years, it's gone from people being very worried to people using their card all the time on the internet now, especially in America, in Western countries. It's just doing it every day. Yeah.
Do you think that we lack the information on this or education on this?
Somehow I believe so. Yeah.
What agency of government should be releasing information about this to
I don't know. I think the IT side of the government should be the ones, you know, announcing and giving the details of how secure using credit cards are. You know.
If there are convictions of those who have committed fraud in this type of situation, what would be and they are properly convicted of this, what would be the fine or the penalty for something like this?
I think it depends on the gravity, you know, of the crime committed.
But it can range from both a financial, from the financial aspect to even being jailed?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is imprisonment.
Yeah, there is.
Okay. Are stricter penalties on those who violate this type of usage? Do you think that they should be more stringent?
I think they should be very strict. I think what you're dealing with here is trust of the internet, and for hackers, for people that commit internet fraud, they should get very big sentences, because the internet's our everyday life now, and in order to make it work, governments have got to work together. ISPs, the service providers, have got to work together. Companies that produce the software like Microsoft, they've got to work together. Everybody's got to start working together to stop not only fraud, but the proliferation of spam, stopping hacking, everything. So, yes.
Okay. Would you know of an international organization that actually monitors this, or does programs to help stop this?
I don't know of anybody doing it. I think there's a lot of small bits and pieces starting all over the world. I don't think it's actually come as a worldwide consolidated view on it. But I think America's very keen on doing things, and Europe is doing a lot. And they have differences of opinion how to do it, but it's coming together.
Okay. And for the 3 persons that you apprehended, they're now out on bail.
Yeah,
what happens next, though, with regards to the case?
They will be subpoenaed for other charges that are filed against them.
If they're still around.
Yeah. They will be around.
They will be around.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're monitoring their
their movements and their locations.
Okay.
And if found guilty, then imprisonment will be given.
Okay, so they're the NBI is still pursuing this case.
Oh, yeah.
Very much.
Pretty much.
Okay, what would you say are the 3 most important things people should know about purchasing items or using your credit card over the internet?
I think first that they are protected, no matter what, and they should get all their money back if certainly if it's been a fraud, and if they purchased something that they were confused about, they should still get their money back.
Okay.
Secondly, you shouldn't be nervous. Just make sure. It's like you wouldn't give your money to a guy walking in a bank and he says, "I'll look after it for you." Just try and look at the background of the site, make sure they say where they're from, and check out that it's a proper site.
Be wary of scams.
Yeah, be wary of scams. And generally you should be able to spot them quite easy.
Okay.
Third, just keep looking at it. Keep using the internet. It's brilliant. It's fantastic for buying things.
Especially for your business.
Especially for my business.
Okay, but for those companies who are interested in contacting you to help them with their internet transactions, where do they get in touch with you?
We have a website called yesyes.com.
Yesyes.com.
Yes, and that's our. We have different websites and different groups, but yesyes.com is the main site.
All right. Okay. And where can people get in touch? Do you have an NBI hotline or something that people can call?
Yes, ma'am. It's 523-8231. That is our trunk line.
Okay.
And then they can ask for any agent there.
Any agent. So 523-8231.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, we'd like to thank you very much for this very interesting discussion. We hope it opened the eyes of a lot of people, and we hope this stops.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we're joined by Mr. Philbert Manaug, who is a special investigator of the NBI, and Mr. Charles Yeomans, Managing Director of Yes Group Company. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And we'll have the business and foreign updates when we return. Keep it here on the News Channel.